of academic and sports. We request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners. Of academic and sports. We request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
By felicitating students, those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2019-2020. They have showed their diligence by securing a perfect score
of academic and sports.
Physics,
we request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
Felicitating students, those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2019-2020. They have showed their diligence by securing a perfect score
of academic and sports.
Physics,
we request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
Felicitating students, those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2019-2020. They have showed their diligence by securing a perfect score
of academic and sports.
Physics,
we request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
Felicitating students, those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2020. They have showed their diligence by securing a perfect score
of academic and sports.
Physics,
we request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
Felicitating students,
those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2020. They have shown their diligence by securing a perfect score of academic and sports. We request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
felicitating students,
those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2020. They have shown their diligence by securing a perfect score of academic and sports. We request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
felicitating students,
Those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session 2020. They have shown their diligence by securing a perfect score of academic and sports. We request our dear Principal Sir to escort the dignitaries to the stage to felicitate the winners.
felicitating students,
Those who brought laurels to school with their outstanding performance in SAT test for the academic session.
Thank you, ma'ams and sir. We request your continued presence on the stage.
It is the immortal surge of passion, desire, determination, enthusiasm, and confidence which enables a person to work meticulously day and out. The following students will now be receiving the honorary badges for their outstanding performance in different spheres of learning. May we request Dr. Jafar Ali Al-Sheikh to do the honors. The awardees are for being the top Middle East team WSC Global Round Hague in July 2019, Erica DaCosta, Varsha Rosa, Nanda Menon, Noah Mikhail Andrade for A1 ranking in DPS SMTE Level 2. The following students were recognized as Shastra Pratibhas: Prithvi Kumar Nandakumar, Parthi Jain, Akshat Pradeep Kumar, Anushka G. Baraswadkar, Tanmay Shrujit, Siddharth Vadakapet Manakil, Sai Tapasya Mishra,
The following students were a part of the Under-16 Bahrain national cricket team in the Asian Cricket Council tournament. Aryan Kaul, Shashank Shukla, Ansh Katayan, Jaishanav Ravi Shankar. We also take pride in announcing Kishore Kumar of grade 12 had secured first rank in GCC in an Artificial Intelligence Olympiad.
May we request the awardees to join the dignitaries for a photo session. May we request the awardees to join the dignitaries for a photo session. Thank you, ma'am and sirs. We request your continuous presence on the stage.
Reading is an exercise in empathy, an exercise in walking in someone else's shoes for a while. Reading evokes creativity and inspires thinking. In our pursuit of developing the love for reading among our students, we had conducted Reading Challenge 2019 for students of grade 1 to 12. We are pleased to announce the top scorers of final round who will be further awarded with the Champion Reader badge. May we request Dr. Jasim Haji Sir to do the honors and give away the badges. The awardees are Ananya Murli, grade 1D, Ahana Diwan of grade 2C, Ahana Diwan of grade 2C, Navya Bhatt, grade 2C, Anahita Goel of grade 3C, Chershom Joe of grade 3D, Dhanya Hari Shobha of grade 4C, Prani Chatterjee of grade 5A, Rachel Yesudas John of grade 5C, Sai Tapasya of grade 5C,
Tanishq Malhotra, grade 6C, Nayonika Nair, grade 6F, Niranjana Menon, grade 7F, Kaylin Laureate Claudius, grade 8E, Gautam Krishna, grade 9B.
May we request the awardees to join the dignitaries for a photo session. Thank you, ma'ams and sir. We request your continued presence on the stage.
At the end of the day, the most overwhelming key to a child's success is the positive involvement of parents. We at NMS acknowledge the wholehearted participation of the parents in our effort to empower and engage our students. We take this as a privilege to honor three members of our parents' community who shared us with their immense support towards the growth and success of our children. We request our chairman, Sir Padma Shri Dr. Ravi Pillai, to honor the parents. We call upon Mr. Prachur Kumar Shukla, Mr. Kamiz Rajab Kamiz, Mr. Dheeraj Kaul, may we request the awardees to join the dignitaries for a photo session. Thank you, ma'am and sirs. We request your continued presence on the stage.
The secret of joy in work is contained in one word: commitment. To know how to do something well is to enjoy it. The management takes pride in recognizing the persistent efforts and perseverance of our dear teachers and administrative staff for their long commitment to the school. We are proud to announce the name of Miss Shabana Jamil, who has completed 15 years of dedication to our school. May we request Chairman Sir Padma Shri Dr. Ravi Pillai to do the honors. We request your continued presence on the stage, sir. We are happy to announce the names of the awardees who have completed 10 meritorious years of service with NMS DPS family. Please join us to welcome Ms. Reema Das Roy, Ms. Shiny George Jensen, Ms. Neeta Kapoor, Ms. Roliver Fernandez, Ms. Badaria Faraz Abbas Ibrahim, and Mr. Rajan Variaparambil. May we request the awardees to join their dignitaries for a photo session, please. Thank you, ma'am and sir. We request your continued presence on the stage.
It requires a lot of dedication and commitment to be present on all the working days throughout the session and attain 100% attendance. May we request our MD ma'am, Mrs. Geeta Pillai, to do the honors. We take immense pleasure in announcing the names of our colleagues in this regard. Ms. Chiripishpun Samuel, Ms. Deepa Bakuni, Ms. Fariha Thakur, Ms. Hansal Gani, Ms. Hema SK, Ms. Jyoti Pinto, Mr. Mukul Chel, Ms. Namrata Vatsya, Ms. Nancy Jishu, Ms. Narinder Kaur, Ms. Neeta Kapoor, Ms. Rahila Nadeem Parker, Ms. Reema Das Roy, Ms. Reliva Fernandez, Ms. Sajita S. Pillai, Ms. Shiny George Jensen, Ms. Soumya Anil Kumar, Ms. Anandi Krishnan, Ms. Bindu Dilip, Ms. Minaz Ahmed, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, Mr. Praveen Pillai, Ms. Rubina Kazi, Mr. Shankar Roy, Ms. Shel V. Sharma, Ms. Shailaja Rajan, Mr. Padmanabhan Tharammal, Mr. Mukbul Harun, Mr. Jenny Sebastian, Mr. Regan Lepcha, may we request the awardees to join the dignitaries for a photo session. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. We request you to remain on the stage to give away the next set of awards.
Vince Lombardi quoted, "Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work, a society work, a civilization work. With the collaborative efforts, hard work and determination, Nehru House has proved that there are no limits to success." May we request our MD, ma'am, Mrs. Geeta Pillai, to do the honors. Yes, the Best House Trophy for the year 2018-2019 goes to Nehru House. May we request Ms. Sandhya Menon, the House Warden, and Ms. Aruna Roy, the Deputy House Warden, along with the House Captains, to come on the stage to collect the trophy. May we request the House Wardens and the Captain to join the dignitaries for the photo session, please. Thank you, ma'am and sir.
We request your continuous presence on the stage. Over to Shabana ma'am and Arandi ma'am.
A very good evening to one and all.
Myself, Miss Anandi,
And myself, Ms. Shabana, are here to announce a very special award for this evening. At the outset, we take this opportunity to thank our dear Chairman, Sir, and MD, Ma'am, for their love and blessings. We are extremely blessed to bloom under the canopy of their love.
they say school can become a temple of learning only when the student the guardian, and the society work in harmony to make it a pursuit of education and sadhana, where the spring of punctuality, sanctity, and thirst for knowledge flows. This quotation exemplifies the true essence, the award, and the personality we have the profound privilege of announcing today.
I have read the quotation, simple living, great thinking. For us, our revered and respected principal sir exemplifies and personifies this every day.
Today's special award is bestowed on our most respected principal sir for his 100% punctuality, diligence, conscientiousness, persistence, and perseverance for the last 13 years. Sir is truly our apostle of punctuality and dedication, and we learn valuable lessons of life.
His care, compassion for children and our NMS family, passion for learning and love for the school are unmatched. Today, our school is not just an ordinary school, but a temple of learning and knowledge.
May we have a big round of applause for our most respected principal sir for his dedication, commitment, passion, zeal, enthusiasm, love for the children, and love for the NMS family.
May we please request our respected MD ma'am to please do the honors.
Okay, till the awards there, let me share with you something. Life is all about anecdotes, they say. And today, let me reveal an anecdote about Sir. Early in the morning, when you walk into the school gates or drive into the school campus, you have Principal Sir standing there, beaming with the most beautiful smile which begins our day. It teaches us valuable lessons of life. And we are so proud to bloom under his patronage and blessings. Once again, a big round of applause for our respected principals.
Bigger round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. And sir.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you, ma'ams.
Greatness is achieved by doing the common things with uncommon levels of discipline.
We are extremely fortunate and honored to have the esteemed presence of Dr. Jasim Haji, President, Artificial Intelligence Society, an epitome of brilliance and excellence. May we please request you, sir, to address the gathering.
This is working? That's the one. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents, students. Is my voice reaching at the end? It's probably the images that you will be more interested to see rather than the voice. My speech today is addressed to two categories. One are to the guidelines and to the future. The people who provide the guidelines are the parents, to understand where we're going in the future, and actually the near future. And for the students who will discover that there are lots of challenges in the wake of artificial intelligence in future. If we go to the first page, just a brief about what is AI. Next. So AI, many of you have heard about it, but on the surface, many who believe AI is only robots, but it is something more challenging. I've written a book called AI, the Future of the Humanity. And it is the future of the humanity. It is mimicking the human's actions, thinking. It is going to perform activities that is happening today by you guys. I'm sure you all come from different industries, but I will be surprised that any of you can state that AI will not touch his or her area, that AI will not take your jobs in future, that AI will not fast track some of those activities. It is not a technology. It is something more than that. Some people call it scarier. Next, please. These are some pillars of AI. I will not go into the technical details, but what is AI? It consists of different levels. There's a machine learning. People call it also on the next level deep learning. And by 2050, there is something called AI general or AGI. That is when the machines will come very close to thinking like you as a human. Those are the times that they make autonomous decisions. Until now, AI, as we will see in a few slides, are performing jobs under minimum supervisions. And in future, it will not. So what it is about? What are the branches of it? Is it a technology? Is it something that we've seen in the past, like computers? No, it is not. It involves only probably 30% of computers. But what you will find, graduates like we seen a few minutes ago, with advanced skills in statistics, in algorithm, data science, those are the ones who will be developing and designing the AI in future. You will see on the bottom part, the most important part of artificial intelligence is the data. Unstructured data or data, billions of and trillions of data that are available, those will be fed to machines. Machines will perform jobs, and as they will go, they will learn. They do self-learning. And this is where the skill will come. They will start predicting incidents that may happen in future, and that's because of the analysis, because of the self-learning. You do not have to continue inputting data. As they will go, they get smarter, they get faster. They are available 24/7, unlike human. who works only 8 hours. I know the principal of the school works 10 hours a day, but I'm afraid that this will be even faster than that. It will be 24/7, any times an inspection is required. Next page, please. So what are the applications of AI in the industry? You will see robots, which we have also noticed in different ways. But what most of us do not realize that your computers, your mobiles are driven by artificial intelligence, the smartness in them. When you talk to your mobiles, when you instruct them, and these are the future of the AIs. The self-recognition, the cameras around the world, and I will just show you a slide in a 2 or 1. Cars, autonomous planes. If you go next page, just to get into them. How many of you realize that in many parts of the world, in the streets, in the stadiums, as you sitting and walking, somebody's watching you. It's like a big brother, but everywhere. Those are the AI cameras, where they recognize faces. They're getting smarter. They go beyond hats, within the scarves. The accuracy is increasing. They are used in security, so criminals are caught as the cameras monitor them. Hooligans in football matches who cannot be identified are being triggered by AI cameras, the first recognition, and they're being stopped entering studios. Next, please. Another example is AI in health. At the moment, with the supervision of doctors, AI is taking over many activities, including radiology, and if you have heard of robotic surgeries, where in the US they already started performing surgeries with minimal supervision by the robots. And those are 98% success rate. 80% of the people prefer to perform those surgeries by robots. So health is advancing because of robots. In a few years' time, you only find skillful doctors are in business, the people who can and will handle such futuristic technology. And these are some of the trainings that AI will do themselves. They don't need to go to courses to learn new medical skills or discover them. Many early stages of some diseases, because of the artificial intelligence, early detection have been identified. And these are using genetic circumstances where AI, either through chips or through blood, will be able to predict what is happening. The prediction is a strong part of it. Next, please. So what is, probably I should skip this exercise because I'm sure the teachers will not like my views on it. But the virtual classes are the future. I'm afraid, I hope I'm wrong, but we require less teachers. So maybe next time we come, the chairman will give awards to the artificial intelligence teacher. They will try to preserve education in everywhere and anywhere. Now, how many students, because of circumstances, miss classes and they have to repeat them? But in future, they will be able to attend classes anywhere, probably use of the holograms, virtual realities, and start of the exams. Even the correction of the exams for the transparency and speed will be done and has been already started by AI, where the question being posed and you get the results within seconds of the exam being completed. I will not put myself in trouble, so I'll skip this one. Next one, please. Next slide, please. Right, the drones. The drones are fastest developing remote devising through the AI. In the past, the drones were costing us tens of thousands of dollars. Today, you could order a drone, of course, I'm not encouraging you, on Amazon for $100. Now, of course, the drone by itself, it does not mean anything. But the power behind it, through Internet of Things and through satellite navigations, you will see that drones being controlled, they are used for, of course, military actions. You can see many drones in Afghanistan and other places being operated from United States. They're not actually sitting there. They are thousands of miles away. For the delivery, for medical cases, for emergencies, for, of course, the delivery by Amazon has been one of the pioneers, but that's taking over. And there are different types of drones, the helicopters, the airplanes, different sizes. Of course, all this requires a complex algorithm behind it. And again, I don't want you to get confused with the technology. The students that we have here, we've seen them. Those are the people who will put, as part of the team, the complex algorithm behind it to approach such complex activities. Next, please. Next, please. And chatbot. Chatbot, I don't know if you know what it is, but in brief, there are voice and text chatbots that are the future of the call centers or the customer services. In the future, instead of talking to people and asking them questions, you will talk to chats through text messages or voice, where you will get a mimic of a human being and the voice answering you. Sometimes it will be difficult for you to identify you are speaking to a human or to a chatbot device. Of course, let me highlight one thing. As we get advanced on these technologies, the criminals are getting smarter as well, using the similar devices to try to hack you. For instance, in the banking, when you require, or within the company, you are a CFO, your boss sends you a message, and for verification, you call him and he says, sir, do I have the authority to release that amount? And you get a voice call by him who will approve it. But now criminals have advanced that they can take somebody's voice, put it into a context that you cannot differentiate it is him or somebody else who provides you an approval to transfer an amount. So it's not an email anymore. It's not something digital that you suspect. It's a voice. Face app, you see people, Nancy Pelosi and others, their faces and the lips being modified in a face app. And if you do not focus, you think that this is what this comes out of them. Next, please. I'll just try to wrap it. The cars. I mean, this is something that is coming, it's coming, it's coming. The roads will be in future in UK 2023, but in many parts of the world already started. We will see driverless cars, autonomous cars, where you do not require drivers, thanks God, and the traffic lights are all virtual traffic lights. You won't see real traffic lights. Again, something happened recently. The criminals tried to hack through AI and create other types of signals where cars went to people or to places. So as we advance, as we see more threats coming out of it. Next, please. And these are the two news readers. One is a human, and one is, of course, a robot. It will be your guess to find out which one is which. But the news reader, who's robotic, takes the information within seconds, prepares it, and comes on live and presents it. That's where the technology is going to. Please go ahead. Next slide. And some of the facts, as I'm running out of the time, on what is happening, the fact, the myth is how the machines are translating them into actions in future. Next one, so I'll just get to last 2-3 slides. Next, please. So what is the future job market will look like until next? That started a few years ago. But you see some of the jobs that going into plus, there'll be more scientific job opportunities coming up. But some of the jobs, you can see they will be going away, like manufacturing, transportations, financial services. In some respect, of course, it depends. Different parts of the world react to it differently. This is where we can focus on the future and what your children will have to do. Next, please. So some stats before I finish, and this is according to BBC. The future jobs are unknown to us. We do not know what they will look like. In fact, in 2030, there's a mistake in the slide, but 80% of the jobs are unknown to us. We do not know what jobs are available. Those days are gone that you plan your child become a pilot or a doctor from the age of 5 and 6. In future, that is gone. It's not going to be there. And 40% of the jobs that you all holding will disappear by 2025. And this will enable many jobs will bring more transparency and the bias. So you're not dealing with a human who favors a man or woman over another one. So the future jobs that may look like the data scientist, algorithm analyst, machine relation managers. These are some of the jobs that are highly skilled. And even today, they are very demanding. There is a big shortage on those in Europe and the States. I think that was the last slide. Can we go next? So that was the future and the current. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, sir.
We are obliged to you for your informative and motivating words. You have indeed broadened the mindsets of many parents and youngsters on the topic of artificial intelligence. Over to Parthi and Shivahari to steer us through a wondrous journey, which is a rendezvous with the classics.
Thank you, Krish and Nandini.
As imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the writer's pen turns them to airy shapes and gives to airy nothing a definite thought. Writers throughout history have helped capture the era and the society around them.
Let us enrapture the saga of 4 such writers dwelling through their dramas. We are sure you all must be eager to witness our friends who will captivate you through their mesmerizing performances here tonight. Presenting before you a rendezvous with the classics.
After a long time, 5 friends meet up in Bahrain at a literary fest. They are all writers by profession. They belong to different nationalities, and their journey of friendship began during their college days.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed the first session of this fest. We shall resume with our second session dedicated to the literary classics around the world after a short interval.
What a pleasant surprise! I didn't expect to meet you all here after such a long time. Hey Louis, my good friend. Oh, is that Mariam and Niyati over there? Oh yes, it's them. Hey Mariam, hey Niyati.
Hey friends! Wow, what a great reunion! Friends, I feel so good to meet you all after such a long time. Thank you, Mariam, for inviting me to this grand fest. Lovely to meet you all today.
My pleasure, Niyati. Since we all are lovers of classic literature, this fest would be a treat to each and every one of us. You know, friends, this fest invites eminent writers from all around the world with their latest publications.
Wow, what a great opportunity to meet the literary geniuses from around the world under one roof. Oh, it's been such a busy life. I hardly get time to read books now. Yes, we are so busy in our own world, it feels like a pleasant break meeting you all.
I miss our good old college days.
Remember, I always used to hide my storybook in my notebooks, and one day our English professor came and asked some questions related to the topic he was teaching. I was so engrossed in my storybook that I couldn't utter a word. I had a tough time that day. I still remember that day, how you made a sad face for the whole day. True, dear friends, the journey through our life has taught us so many valuable lessons. My latest book, which is going to be published soon, has some of the anecdotes from our college life. Oh really? That's wonderful. Hope you've expressed your gratitude to me for introducing you to the world of books. Do you feel I will forget to mention about my Readers Club, friends?
Oh yes, our Readers Club. How we used to share our books with each other and enjoy reading so many genres. In fact, Mariam, I remember it was our love for reading that made us the best of friends.
True, we dived into the vast ocean of literary geniuses every day.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin the interactive session with the eminent writers, requesting everyone to be kindly seated.
Come on, let's go. Hey, we are meeting after a long time. I have so much to talk about and want to hear from you all as well.
Abraham, I feel we should not miss out on this session. We all have traveled far and wide to attend this fest. I suggest we meet up today evening and relive our Readers Club. Discuss about some writers around the world.
Great idea, but where should we meet? The Writers Club. Remember our favorite joint? Is it still open, Mariam?
Oh yes, rather it has completely been revamped. Now there are many facilities. There is the ebook corner, the theatre corner, where one can enjoy the visual of the famous classics.
Oh great. Okay friends, now let's enjoy this fest and then meet up in the evening.
All the 5 friends enjoyed the literary fest. But the excitement of meeting in the Writers Club and reviving the memories was perhaps much more exhilarating.
Welcome friends to our own Writers Club.
Oh, reviving the good old memories. Remember how we used to meet up here every evening, reading and discussing our favorite writers?
Let's relive those days. Yes, let's make this evening a special one by portraying our favorite authors' best creations and travel through the world without moving our feet.
That is an excellent idea. Let's start our journey with Mariam. Mariam, it's been years that we heard about the richness of Bahraini culture from you.
Oh yes, let me take you on a voyage around the beautiful land of pearls. Let us explore the vividness in the culture of Bahrain, one of the most significant being the Gargao dance.
الشمس إذا مشت بحري 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 شمس النهار إذا ارتأت بحري 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 سبحانها عشق السماء وأرضها أعطت حياة للزهور فأورقت تاريخها تبر وسيرتها عبر في عينها كل النجوم تلألأت سبحانها عشق السماء وأرضها أعطت حياة للزهور فأورقت تاريخها تبر وسيرتها عبر في عينها كل النجوم تلألأت بحري 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 شمس النهار إذا ارتأت بحري 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 سبحانها قاد المسير للعلا قولا وفعلا فارتقت تألقت حتى غدت للمجد رائدة الوار واستوطنت صدر السماء فأشرقت سبحانها قاد المسير للعلا قولا وفعلا فارتقت تألقت حتى غدت للمجد رائدة الوار واستوطنت صدر الزمن فأشرقت بحري 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 شمس النهار إذا ارتأت بحري
Wow, what an enthralling performance! A stupendous display of the Bahrain culture and the celebration of Gurgaon.
While the five friends dive into the ocean of nostalgia, allow us all to take you through the journey of excellence. Excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better.
Under the guidance of visionary leaders and with the continuous efforts of the parents, staff, and students, our school has achieved many laudable milestones. May we request our dear Principal Sir to present the annual school report.
His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim Al-Dosri, Assistant Under Secretary, Information and Follow-up, Prime Minister's Court. Dr. Jafar Ali Sheikh, Assistant Under Secretary, Private and Continuing Education, Ministry of Education, Kingdom of Bahrain. Dr. Jasim Haji, President, Artificial Society. Mr. Abdul Rahman, Public Relations Specialist. Our respected Chairman, Sir, MD, Ma'am, all the members of managements, directors and principals of various schools, all the invited guests, my dear teachers, students, and parents. A very good evening to each one of you. Before I present the report, let me share with you a very pleasant good news. And it becomes much, much more important when two educationalists are present here, Dr. Ibrahim Al-Dosri and Dr. Jafar. Sir, just would like to share with all of us, and this is the consistent efforts of the parents, teachers, and students from the last 4 years, because this system, which has been recognized today by the BQA, has been followed from 2016-17 onwards. Under the topic, Enhancing Quality Mechanism in Schoolwork Through Action Research, in the 6th Forum of the Government Schools and Private Schools and Kindergarten Reviews Directorate is going to present 4 papers on 30th, on next Thursday. 4 papers are selected from various schools. And out of those 4 papers, 1 is ours. And we are the only private school where paper has got selected. Other 3 selected ones are from the government schools. NMS is the only school where the research paper has got selected. We presented 3 papers this time. One was flip learning, another was radio NMS, and the third was structure utilization of time in the morning from 7 o'clock to 7:40 before the school starts. Out of the 3, flip learning got selected. It has wider impact. And I would like to just share with you, flip learning system we started in 2016-17 session. And initially it was too difficult to implement because the system itself was not understandable by so many. So convincing the stakeholders, convincing the students, parents, teachers, it was not easy. So in 16-17, hardly 5 to 7% of the students got involved in flip learning. It's a system which is just opposite to the traditional way of teaching, in which the teacher teaches in the class, gives some questions, gives some guidelines, gives homework, and the next day the homework is discussed. It's just other way around, where the learning resources, the lesson plans, the topics are well known to the children well in advance. It is sent to them, they access it, they read it, they come prepared in the class, and more time becomes available for discussion, cross-questioning in the class. Most importantly, in traditional case where the children are solving questions at home and when they get stuck, there is nobody to help if the parents are not there. And all parents are not equally capable of helping in all subjects. Just opposite to it, here in this case, when the child gets stuck in problem, in the class, the teacher is already there. So that is how the flip system works. 16-17 was a tough time, then gradually the percentage improved. Next year, it went to around 20 to 25%, and we are proud to share with you that with the consistent support of the parents, teachers, and the students, we have reached around 75% of flipped learning, and the target is 100% flipped learning in this academic year. It is not possible unless the parents support, teachers, and the students support. And this is a combined system which is working. In our almanac, there is a topic called Topic for the Next Day, which is given to the children. Learning resources are already sent. Parents ensure at home. I am so thankful to all the parents who are participating in the flipped learning. They ensure the children read at home, prepare questions. In the group, they are prepared with cross-questioning, and the next day discussion is done. So this paper is being presented on Thursday. It has been selected by the government for presentation. I thought I must share with each one of you. And thank you for all the blessings which you have. All the parents I thank for participating in the flipped learning. In addition to that, I would like to share with you the things which we have done in the last academic year and also the future plans. Because these things may not be very clear when we see the slides because there is a limitation, a lot of text we can't put in the slides. So we thought we will just share with you. Tuesday, every Tuesday is a happening day, more happening day. Every day is a happening day in NMS, but Tuesday is more important because we begin 7:40 to 7:45 is the prayer time, 7:45 to 7:55, or sometimes 8 o'clock, we have radio NMS, where the children, using the PA system, public announcement system, they work as RJ, radio jockey. So for 10 to 15 minutes, every Tuesday, the children work as RJ. And this also has been from the last 3-4 years, and the transition is really noteworthy. Where the children used to say good morning earlier as an assembly, now they are free to talk and say good morning NMS. So when you see them working like this and hearing them, it is really a pleasure. Then at 7:55 to 8:20, what we have done is called readathon. It's called DEAR time, DEAR. It's called drop everything and read. Everyone in the school, including the admin staff, teachers, receptionists, everyone at this time simply reads. So for this 25 minutes, everyone in the school reads. That's the DEAR time. After that, we have what we call it the Earth Hour, where the children switch off all the electrical appliances and they work for 20 minutes without electricity. They have different activities, but without electricity. And this is also a suggestion from the children only. They said whatever we are saving electricity, the corresponding amount which we are saving, it is donated to the charity. So this is all the work of the children itself. It is not something that we have told them do like this. So this is the outcome of that flipped learning, where we have given the children more chance to discuss and come out with the different ideas. So when we say stop teaching, this is what we mean. We don't have to teach, we have to create an environment for learning, and that is what the NMS is doing in the class. Then break time on 2 different days are assigned only for the campaigns. So different grade children take campaign, save water, save electricity, campaign for mental health, campaign for teenage issue. Throughout the break time, you will see the children roaming around with different kind of placards and expressing their views with the street play, with songs, with different type of musical instruments. There is another initiative from the students, and here I would like to mention the name of the child. This is Dikshita Pillai of grade 11th, who came up with a new idea. She said, we have to run something which is actually showing the concern, and she named it Cura. Cura is a Latin word which means care and concern. Another system which we have followed in the last few years is called peer observation and learning log. As a teacher, I am teaching, say, physics, and I have another colleague who is also teaching physics. I am a newcomer, she has been teaching for a long time, so my duty is that at least twice in a week, I'll go and sit in her class, observe her class, learn from her, and I'll write in the learning log, this is what I learned from her. And it is happening, not only, it's the other way around also. And every faculty meeting, in the weekly faculty meeting, we discuss those things, and we maintain that learning log. What I learned from that teacher, I write clearly. So that's the learning log and peer observation. Self-scripted assemblies. Our children do not depend upon the scripts to be given by the teachers. The script is written by the children. Every assembly is self-scripted, including the lyrics of the song which they select, the welcome song, the pledge, the prayer, the thought. Even the prayer is not taken from somewhere. They write their own prayer. The entire assembly is self-scripted. They write themselves. Then last year we published a book, a short story collection by the students of KG to grade 5. Another idea came from the students was, whatever plantation area we have, grade-wise we should adopt it. So KG, grade 1 and 2, 3 to 5, 9 to 12, in different areas, they have adopted the areas, that this is my area and this is my garden area, I will take care of it. And we will be surprised to know sometimes the children, they are so sensitive, they say, I talked to my plant today. I said, what did you talk to the plant today? And the children say, I simply said, I love you. And when I said, I love you, the leaves were moving like this. This is the sensitivity towards the nature, which we are creating. We have been facing some of the issues with non-Hindi speaking parents who were facing difficulty because at home they also don't state Hindi. The books are also in Hindi, so they are not able to. So every Saturday we have started a club called Udan, in which the parents who are finding difficulty in understanding Hindi and speaking Hindi, the teachers are coming to guide the children for 2 hours every Saturday. Then we start another system to promote cleanliness in the class and perfect uniform. And every assembly we announce the name of the perfect uniform classes and the cleanliness classes. The cleanliness class of the week gets additional sports period. So that's an advantage, and everybody wants to keep the class clean because they are going to get additional sports period. These are the ones which we have been doing already. The future plans also I like to share with you. This year, we already have a system of DLP, which is called Daily Lesson Plan, and we have the worksheets. This year, what we are going to do, every worksheet is related to a particular learning objective. So if we have in one particular subject in one grade, if there are 150 learning objectives, there will be 150 worksheets. So at the end of the learning objective is achieved or not can be assessed through the worksheets. So this is a new thing which we are going to do. We are also thinking of working for a STEM lab, and I have requested Dr. Jasim Haji if he can help us in setting up our AI club. Then we are targeting 100% flip learning this year. We have already got approval from Ministry of Education for setting up Readers Club, AI Club, and Quiz Club. We already have inter-school competitions for science, which we call Quarks. We have inter-school for social science as Model United Nations. For English, we have Remembrance for the debate. Now, this year we are going to start for Hindi as well, the inter-school competition. Another addition to this year will be, like say every subject has 6 periods, so 5 will be a teaching period and 1 will be only what we call as the R&D period, revision and doubt classes. So only 1 period after the 5 classes is to be exclusively for this, that the children, whatever they learn in the 5 classes is discussed in the class and all the doubts becomes clear. And of course, as it is the age of 21st century, so we are going to develop among the children. As Dr. Jasim says, nobody knows future. Sir also says, future is unpredictable. We don't know. We have to prepare our children to think. Which subject, what kind of job is going to be there in the coming 10 to 15 years, we don't know. But if the children know these 3 L's, logic, language, and life skills, anything, anytime, it is open for them. Thank you so very much. And I over for this presentation on the screen, which is the annual school report. Thank you so very much. God bless each one of you. Have a nice evening.
that there's a difference in temperature. In other words, that it's being heated really fast. And since it needs to have a really fraction of a second movement, it uses the sensory neuron to send message to the spinal cord. And the spinal cord, because it needs to be a reflex action, it uses this reflex arm and it uses the relay neuron to send message to the motor neuron. This motor neuron then sends message to the effector to contract.
One sounds read the storybook. It was called the Harry Potter.
Thank you, sir. It is you who has shown us all that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.
Let's get back to our friends in the Writers Club and pursue our voyage to the wilderness of classics.
Finally, at least the light came back.
Wow, what a splendid performance! أشعت مملكة البحرين. Long live Bahrain. Now it's your turn, Luis. Tell us about your favorite one.
Before I start my favorite story, I want to tell you about France, its culture, and most importantly, its music.
Oh, great. Do you remember how I used to love French fries and French toast?
Nah. Whenever I hear about France, I just remember the long chapter we all had to memorize on the French Revolution.
France is not about French fries and French toast or the revolution. France has played an important role in cinema, fashion, cuisine, and literature. And of course, it is famous for its Gothic architecture.
Speaking about architecture, I visited the Eiffel Tower last month and was in awe looking at its beauty, especially at night.
It is indeed the most visited tower in the world. And Abraham, if you remember the French perfume I had gifted to you, it really added up to your personality.
I remember the French music record that you had gifted. What foot-tapping music it was!
Aha! Coming to music, France boasts about a wide variety of indigenous folk music. The concept of World Music Day originated in France, a music festival which takes place every year on June 21st, on the first day of the summer.
I sort of suddenly feel like listening to some music.
Aha! Let me fulfill your desire. I have some of my friends playing a French music piece tonight. Come along.
Dave seems to be lost in the world of French music. True. You know, music has that supreme power to transform one into a world of peace and sanity.
Okay. But what about Louise's favorite writer from France? Oh, yes. Louise, please tell us something about your favorite writer.
My all-time favorite is Antoine Marie-Jean, commonly known as the Saint-Exupéry. He was a French writer, poet, aristocrat, journalist, and pioneering aviator. Friends, let me narrate to you a very notable incident from his life. Listen carefully. On 30th December 1935, Antoine, along with his mechanic navigator, crashed in the Libyan desert during an attempt to break the speed record in an air race. Oh, really? But they survived the crash miraculously. Lost among the sand dunes, their sole supplies consisted of some fruits. By the second and the third day, they were so dehydrated that they stopped sweating. On the fourth day, a Beethoven, as a God-sent angel, discovered them and saved their lives. Today, I will narrate the story of the Little Prince, the tale which was inspired by Antoine's miraculous rescue. The messages of compassion and goodwill runs along the story. Presenting before you the Little Prince, Le Petit Prince.
Once upon a time, a little prince lived alone on a comet. The comet was his home, and he took care of it. Every day, he cleaned the volcanoes and trimmed the tree roots. One day, a seed fell on his comet and grew into a flower. You are so beautiful. I will always take care of you and protect you. And I will call you Rose.
Thank you.
From then on, Rose and the prince would always spend their time together. But as time went by, the prince stopped liking the fact that Rose always wanted his attention and care. He could not understand why she behaved like that. He started feeling he should make more friends. And so, he left Rose behind and went around the universe to make more friends. He stopped at the first planet that came his way. A king lived alone on that planet. I am so happy that you came here. Now I have someone to rule over. And so, the king started ordering the little prince around. The little prince was not used to it. Nobody ever spoke to him like that. Friends don't order around. I must leave this planet and find another friend. The prince left the king's planet and came to another planet. Here, he met a very well-dressed man. The man lived alone on the planet. Welcome, little prince. I am happy that you have come to my planet. Now I have someone who can admire me. And so the man kept asking the prince for compliments for everything. When the prince wouldn't admire him or praise him for his actions, he would get upset with the prince. Friends cannot like each other just because of compliments. There must be more to friendship. I must leave this planet and go find another friend. The prince left the second planet and arrived on the third one. Where he met an old man who had a lot of books. What are all these books? I am a geographer. I write about the seas, hills, mountains, and plains. Tell me about your planet and I will write about it. Can you write about Rose and me? I only write about things that last forever. Hence, I cannot write about you two. The prince felt sad that he and Rose were not eternal. He felt that the geographer did not care much about him and his friend, and so he left this planet too. And arrived on the one called Earth. There he met a fox. Will you be my friend? You must tame me first. Tame? What is that? It is where you create a bond with me, you care for me, and we connect with each other. Otherwise, you are just a boy to me like million others, and I am just a fox to you. The boy understood that that is what Rose had been doing. She was taming me. She was making bonds with me. I have made a mistake. I must go back home to my Rose. The prince immediately returned home. There he found Rose. I will always be with you. I am responsible.
Life is worth living when it is lived for others and not for oneself. What a beautiful message we get from this story.
From lessons on kindness to caring for our environment, the messages in this enchanting fable are as important today as they ever were.
It's just a question of self-discipline. When we are disciplined and have a control on our thoughts and actions, we are capable of bringing the biggest changes.
Now it is Dave's turn to tell us about his favorite author.
Who else can be my favorite author? Let me guess. I remember your bookshelf filled with the books written by this literary genius. None other than William Shakespeare. Bullseye! William Shakespeare, who is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. He has been considered as England's national poet and conferred with the title Bard of Avon.
Oh yes, I remember you guiding the Dramatics Club of the college in staging the legendary drama Romeo and Juliet and Julius Caesar.
Those were the epitomes of a tragedy. I remember Niyati and Mariam were sobbing during the whole show. Shakespeare's work has made a lasting impression on theatre and literature. In particular, he expanded the dramatic potential of characterization, plot, literature, and genre. Shakespeare produced most of his known works between 1589 and 1613. His early plays were primarily comedies and histories and are regarded as some of the best works produced in these genres. Until about 1608, he wrote mainly tragedies, among them Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, all considered to be amongst the finest works in the English language.
Oh, so did he only master in tragedy?
No, Mariam. In the last phase of his life, he wrote tragicomedies, also known as romances, and collaborated with other playwrights. Among his finest works, I am very much impressed with the drama The Merchant of Venice. Let me present before you a dramatization of this famous play.
In the beautiful city of Venice, there lived a wealthy merchant called Antonio.
Hey, Antonio. Bassanio, it has been so long. How are the preparations for the wedding going? Shylock, sir, I will repay the debt tomorrow. I promise. A deal is a deal, and a promise is a promise. You promised to pay the money by today. And if you failed to pay up, you gave your word to give me your shop. You didn't pay the money, so your shop is mine. My loan is only 50 ducats. My shop is way more expensive than that. You should have thought of that before pledging your shop to me. Now get out of the way. Shylock, wait. Here, 50 ducats that Mersanio owes you. No, why should I take your money? Mersanio was supposed to pay up by today. And today is not over, Shylock. It is still hours before sundown. So here is the money. Leave his shop alone, or else I shall complain about you to the court. Here's what's good.
A boy went back to Napoli because he missed the scenery, the native dances and the charming songs. But wait a minute, something's wrong, 'cause now it's
hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, go, go, go. You mixed up a Siciliano. All you Calabrese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't wanna tarantella, hey mambo. No more mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, try an angelada with the fish bacala and then hey Goomba. I love how you dance the rumba. But take some advice, paisano. Learn how to mambo. If you're gonna be a square, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, go, go, Joe. Shake it like a Giovanna. Hello, kiss it, did you get happy in the pizza when you mambo Italiano? of the road. You don't have to go to the school. Choose to make it with a beat the bambino. It's like a bean. Kid, you good looking, but you don't know what you're cooking. Do you? Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Ho, ho, ho. You mixed up a Siciliano. Hey, look, it's a DJ. You get happy in the pizza when you mambo Italiano.
Antonio. Thank you so much, Antonio. I shall certainly pay you back tomorrow. I promise. I am sure of that, Mersanio. Antonio, you are something. That evil Shylock must hate you. Forget about him. Tell me, how are your wedding preparations going on? All right. They are going good, thank you. Is there a problem, Bassanio? No, everything is fine. You and I are friends. Tell me, what is wrong? I was expecting some money this week, but it won't come for the next 5 months at least. And I have already made purchases that I have to pay up for. How much? 3,000 ducats. That is a lot of money. I know. I had purchased a ring for Portia, and we wanted to have a feast for 500 poor and offer them gifts for our wedding. But now, I don't know what to do. That is so noble, Bassanio. I would have gladly lent you the money, but even I do not have 3,000 ducats at this moment. But my ships will come back in 3 months, and I shall have thousands of ducats then. By then it will be too late. The wedding is next week. I might have an idea. Come with me. Oh, that Antonio. Had he not interfered, I would have got a shop worth 500 ducats for 50 ducats. Always meddling in my affairs. You will pay, Antonio. Someday, you will pay. Shylock? No, Antonio. I won't let you take money from Shylock. You know what a cheat he is. It is just a matter of 3 months, Bassanio. Once all my ships are back, I shall be able to repay the 3,000 ducats easily. Shylock? Antonio! I need some money. You who goes about donating money to ruin my business. You need money? You are unfair, Shylock. And you know it. I need 3,000 ducats. 3,000 ducats? This is my chance to ruin Antonio and get back at him for all the times he has insulted me and spoiled my plans. I shall give you the money at no interest. But if you cannot repay the entire amount within 3 months, everything that belongs to you shall become mine. Deal? This is downright cheating, Shylock. Antonio, let's go. Don't worry, Bassanio. My ships will be back in 3 months. They have already started from Africa. We have nothing to worry about. You need the money now, friend. Fine, I agree.
Bassanio was worried for Antonio. He knew Shylock could not be trusted, but Antonio was confident. Shylock gave him the 3,000 ducats, and Bassanio could now go ahead with his plans for his wedding. Bassanio was getting married to a beautiful, wise, and intelligent maiden called Portia. He gave Portia the beautiful ring he wanted her to have, and together Portia and Bassanio shared their wealth with the poor. They hosted a feast for them and gave them gifts of charity.
Thank you, Antonio. None of this would have been possible without you. Come on, Bassanio. How could I not help such a noble celebration of a wedding? No, really, Portia, Antonio risked everything he has with that evil Shylock just to get us 3,000 ducats for the wedding.
What? And you let him do it, Bassanio?
Don't worry, both of you. Once my ships return from sea, I shall have plenty of money.
Months rolled by. Bassanio and Portia were very happy together, and Antonio was like family to them. Soon it was time for Antonio to return Shylock's money.
Master, there is a message from the court for you. What in the world? What is it? Well, Shylock has asked me to appear in the court tomorrow, where I shall be tried for not returning his money. Is it time already? I am sure we have at least 10 more days before the date of returning the money. Forgive me, Master, but might I say something? Certainly, Rebus. What is it? Sir, Lord Shylock has been known to change dates in his contracts. He might have changed the date from 18 to 8. What? Wait, you cannot arrest him like that. He has to appear in the court tomorrow, and Lord Shylock Thunders wants him arrested so that he does not run away. Antonio! Oh!
What happened? There was a storm in the sea? Antonio's ships!
Yes, the ships. But Shylock will not wait another day. And with this message, my friend is doomed.
No, I will not let Antonio come to any harm. Go to him, Bassanio, and do not tell him about the storm. Say nothing. It is time that Shylock is taught a lesson. I shall come to court myself as Antonio's lawyer.
You? How?
Just be with your friend and don't tell him anything. Don't worry, I won't let anything bad happen to him, all right?
I trust you.
The next day, Antonio was brought to the court before the magistrate.
Gentlemen, what do we have here? Lord Shylock Thunders versus Antonio Basilisk. Let the proceedings begin.
Well, the case is quite simple, Your Honor. Antonio owes me 3,000 ducats. At the time that I lent the money to him, he promised me if he didn't return the money by today, everything that belongs to him will become mine. He has cheated on the date of the contract, sir.
Quiet, Mr. Thunders, would you please show me the contract?
Here it is, Your Honor.
But surely, Mr. Thunders, Mr. Antonio's property is worth much more than 3,000 ducats. Why don't you just take some of it that covers the amount?
I am sorry, sir. Antonio himself has signed the contract. A deal is a deal. A promise is a promise.
Mr. Antonio, how could you even sign such a preposterous deal? Mr. Thunders, reconsider. This is inhuman.
This, Your Honor, is perfectly legal, and all I ask is for Antonio to honor a legally signed contract and honor his word.
Mr. Shylock Thunders is right, Your Honor. Mr. Antonio must honor the contract he himself signed. Mr. Thunders, as per the contract, if Mr. Antonio does not pay the required amount today, everything that belongs to him will become yours, right?
That is right.
And you do not wish to reconsider?
Not at all. A deal is a deal. A promise is a promise.
Very well. Your Honor, with that all of Mr. Antonio's losses at sea shall belong to Mr. Thunders and shall be borne by him.
Losses at sea?
Yes. See for yourself. This arrived last evening. There has been a huge storm on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea from where his ships were to arrive. You will have to bear the losses, which might be to the tune of 20,000 ducats.
Of course not. Never.
When you say you shall own everything that belongs to Mr. Antonio, in all fairness, it also means all the profits, property, and the losses that belong to Mr. Antonio.
This is cheating, Your Honor.
A deal is a deal. A promise is a promise.
The lawyer is right. You will have to bear all of Mr. Antonio's losses.
I forgive him the 3,000 ducats. I do not want my money back or the contract.
Enough, Mr. Thunders. Your behavior proves that you deliberately indulged in a contract which you knew to be unfair. This puts a serious question mark on your honesty and integrity. Therefore, this court bars you from entering into any further contracts till all your dealings are thoroughly investigated. Take him away, officers.
All my ships are lost at sea?
There was a storm in the sea. Just come home with me, Antonio. You need some rest.
Antonio was so saddened to hear of his ships lost at sea. Bassanio took him home.
I have lost all my ships.
Yes, I am afraid.
Why are you laughing?
Give me a minute, Antonio.
Bassanio, who was the lawyer who came to the court to defend me?
You want to meet him? Here, she is.
Portia, that was you.
Yes, and sorry about your loss.
What is wrong with the two of you? Why are you laughing? I lost all my ships.
No, you did not lose anything.
A terrible storm struck the coast of the Mediterranean Sea at 1500 hours.
This is only half the message. The other half is here.
But do not worry, Antonio, sir. We got out of the area at 1000 hours, much before the storm arrived. All your ships and goods are safe. Your ships will arrive in Venice by the 20th of this month. But
we showed only half the message to Shylock. The magistrate too wanted to teach Shylock a lesson, and so he said nothing when I showed Shylock only page 1 of the message. Never again will Shylock dare to say, a deal is a deal, a promise is a promise.
Un buco nero, spendo soldi per sentirmi più leggero. Nuovo show, spettacolare, su un'isola di plastica in mezzo al mare. Faccio 1000 foto mai vestito uguale, in 15 secondi ci si può annoiare. Non mi ricordo più che cosa devo fare, ci sto prendendo gusto col dimenticare. Senza problemi, senza pensieri, l'insalatina per restare leggeri. Senza problemi, senza pensieri, la posto oggi ma una foto di ieri. Travolti da no stress, delirio universale. Basta solo non pensare, il mondo finirà, non ti devi preoccupare. Pronti con la nuova costume per il riscaldamento globale.
Wow, what an end. We all loved it. Only Shakespeare can create this.
I loved the courtroom scene because all the characters were on stage together.
The story indeed has an interesting and fast-moving plot, and it evokes an idyllic, uncorrupted world reminiscent of folk tales.
It was the penultimate scene of the play indeed. Anyways, moving ahead, who is next now?
Okay, let me share about my favorite author.
Yes, please, we are eager to listen about your favorite author.
Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy, with the pen name Leo Tolstoy, was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. He received multiple nominations for Nobel Prize in Literature every year from 1902 to 1906, and nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1902, and 1910. Tolstoy is considered as one of the giants of Russian literature. His works include the novels War and Peace, Anna Karenina, and novellas such as Haji Murad and The Death of Ivan Ilyich. Today I am going to narrate one of his famous short stories, The Three Questions. The Three Questions is a short story which takes the form of a parable, and it concerns a king who wants to find the answers to what he considers the three most important questions in life.
Wow, sounds interesting. What were those questions and what were the answers to them?
Patience, Niyati, patience. Let me answer all your questions by a dramatic presentation of the play, presenting before you the three questions.
The Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. Once upon a time, there lived a king who was very kind and generous to his people. It happened once to him that he got stuck into three questions and was unable to find the answer. So he called all the wise men to his court for an answer to his questions.
Your Majesty, we are pleased to present the best artist of our kingdom.
Aspettare agonia e
I want you to answer these 3 questions. What is the right time to begin everything? Who are the right people to listen to and whom to avoid? What is the most important thing to do?
There were many answers from the wise men, but the king was not happy with any of them. So he decided to meet an old hermit who is renowned for his wisdom. The king wore simple clothes and reached the hermit's place.
Welcome.
I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. What is the right time to begin everything? Who are the right people to listen to and whom to avoid? What is the most important thing to do? You are tired. Let me do the digging.
Thank you. Now rest a while and let me work a bit.
Hours pass by, but the king does not get his answers.
I came to you, wise men, for an answer to my question. And if you cannot give, I will return home.
Suddenly, they hear footsteps of a man running towards them.
Here comes someone. Let's see who it is.
They take the wounded man inside the hermit's hut and put him to bed. The king also lies down next to him.
Please forgive me, my majesty.
I don't know you. I have nothing to forgive you for.
You don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore to revenge himself on you because you executed my brother and stole his property. I knew you would come alone to see the hermit, and I resolved to kill you on your way back. But the day passed and you didn't return. I came out from my ambush to find you, but I came upon your bodyguard. They recognized and wounded me. I wished to kill you, and you have saved my life. Now, if I live, and if you wish it, I will serve you as your most faithful slave, and I will bid my sons to do the same. Forgive me, my majesty. Forgive me.
I forgive you, and I will send my physicians to attend you. I promise to return your wealth. For the last time, I pray you to answer my questions, wise men.
You have already been answered.
How answered? What do you mean?
Do you not see? If you hadn't pitied my weakness yesterday and didn't dig those bed for me and had gone back to your way, that man would have attacked you. You would have repented for not having stayed with me. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, came the most important time. That was when you were attending him. For if you have not bound up his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was your most important business. Remember them. There's only one time which is important. That is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time where we have any power. The most necessary man is he with whom you are, for no man knows whether he will ever have any dealings with anyone else. The most important affair is to do him good, because for that purpose alone was man sent into this life.
What a story! The most interesting part is that the author explores the theme of wisdom, acceptance, kindness, and forgiveness. The theme of knowledge is self-evident in the story, for that is exactly what the king is looking for. He is looking for the knowledge or the know-how that will ensure that his time is spent more efficiently.
Splendid indeed. As rightly said, it is always important to ask the right questions in life and also get the right answers to them.
Words of wisdom, Niyati. Now, Niyati, you're always the one who keeps us waiting till the end. Tell us about India and your favorite poet.
India is a beautiful country with diversified culture, rich literature, and the best performing arts. Today, I will tell you about the classical Sanskrit writer, Kalidasa, widely regarded as the greatest poet and dramatist in the Sanskrit language of India. His plays and poetry are primarily based on the Vedas, the Mahabharata, and the Puranas. Much about his life is unknown. Only what can be inferred from his poetry and plays. Shakuntala is recognized as one of the best of Kalidasa's work. Today, we will have a glimpse of this remarkable creation.
प्यारी शकुंतला, हमें दुख है कि हमें जाना पड़ रहा है। हमारे राज्य को हमारी जरूरत है। जब तक महर्षि लौटे आप यहीं उनकी प्रतीक्षा करें। हस्तिनापुर पहुंचकर हम किसी को आपको लेने भेज देंगे। ये लो, ये अंगूठी रख लो, इसे हमेशा अपने पास रखना। बेईमान लड़की, तुमने मेरा घोर अपमान किया है। मैं यहाँ पर महर्षि कण्व से ये सोचकर मिलने आया था कि मेरा यहाँ उचित तरह से स्वागत होगा, पर अपने विचारों में खोकर तुमने घर आए अतिथि की तरफ के अपने कर्तव्यों का उल्लंघन किया है। इसलिए मैं तुम्हें श्राप देता हूँ कि जिसके प्रति विचारों में खोकर तुमसे ये भूल हुई है, वो ही तुम्हें हमेशा के लिए भुला देगा।
शकुंतला को क्षमा कीजिए महर्षि। वो बहुत ही सुशील है। अपने पति से दूर होने की चिंता में ही उसके हाथों से गलती हो गई है। उसने जिंदगी में कभी किसी का अपमान नहीं किया है।
उस व्यक्ति की यादें तभी लौटेंगी जब वो किसी ऐसी वस्तु को देखेगा जो उसी ने दी हो। मैं बस इतना ही कर सकता हूँ। तुम्हारे लिए बहुत खुश हो शकुंतला। हमें तुम्हारी बहुत याद आएगी, लेकिन अब तुम्हें हस्तिनापुर में अपने पति के पास जाना चाहिए।
महान राजा, हम महर्षि कण्व के आश्रम से आए हैं। हमारे साथ आपकी प्रिय पत्नी शकुंतला भी है। हमने आपकी काफी प्रतीक्षा की ताकि उन्हें लेने आप किसी को भेजें।
हम कभी महर्षि कण्व के आश्रम नहीं गए हैं और न ही हम किसी शकुंतला को जानते हैं।
भगवान, मेरी अंगूठी।
हिम्मत कि तुमने राजा की यहाँ चोरी की? हाँ?
दया करो, मुझ पर दया करो। मैं चोर नहीं हूँ, मैं चोर नहीं हूँ। मैंने राजा को देखा तक नहीं है। तो मैं उनकी ये अंगूठी कैसे चोरी कर सकता हूँ? मुझे तो ये अंगूठी मेरे जाल में फंसी मछली के पेट से मिली है।
प्यारी शकुंतला, हमने आप पर भरोसा नहीं किया। आप न जाने अब कहाँ होंगी। जाओ, पूरा राज्य छान मारो, जंगल में जाकर ढूंढो, शकुंतला को ढूंढो। कितना प्यारा बालक है और इस घने जंगल में शेर के बच्चे के साथ खेल रहा है। बहुत ही शूर है, लेकिन इस घने जंगल में अकेला क्या कर रहा है? नन्हे बच्चे, तुम कौन हो और अकेले क्या कर रहे हो? तुम्हारे माता पिता कहाँ हैं? क्या तुम्हें शेर के बच्चे से डर नहीं लगता?
मेरा नाम भरत है। मैं महर्षि मारिच के आश्रम में अपनी माँ के साथ रहता हूँ। और इस शेर के बच्चे से मैं भला क्यों डरूं? ये तो मेरा दोस्त है और मेरी माँ का नाम शकुंतला है।
तुम्हारी माँ कहाँ है? चलो हमें उनके पास ले चलो।
स्वामी, आखिर आप आ ही गए। इस दिन की मैं बरसों से प्रतीक्षा कर रही थी।
Mesmerizing indeed. This tale gives a glimpse of the fervor of mystic India. No wonder Kalidasa was regarded as the greatest figure in classical literature.
Dear friends, witnessing all these acclaimed classics, I realize that literature is the binding force which unites the world, speaking one language, the language of imagination and creativity, the language of service to humanity. Literature synthesizes the world into one cocoon of brilliance and excellence. We all enjoy this momentous rendezvous with the classics.
Wait, friends, it's not the end. Let me give you a grand closing to this memorable evening, presenting the grand finale.
करना ओ दानी ना तेरे दिन ना ओ दानी जलना
What a momentous rendezvous with classics was that!
Life is only traveled once. Today's moment becomes tomorrow's memory. Enjoy every moment of life, good or bad, because the gift of life is life itself.
Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. Now it is time to express our gratitude to all those who contributed to the success of today's extravaganza. We would be failing in our duties if we do not acknowledge their involvement.
May we now have Adya Chaudhary, the President of the Editorial Board, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening. As we come to the closure of our 15th Annual Day celebrations, it is a privilege and a great joy for us to extend our gratitude to all those who have contributed in one way or the other to make this event a great success. We express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to our revered guest, His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim Al-Dosri, Dr. Jafar Ali Al-Sheikh, Dr. Jasim Haji, and Dr. Abdul Rahman Hussain, who have graced this occasion with their presence here today. A sincere thanks to our distinguished guests, officials from Ministry of Education, principals of various schools, and our dear parents for their congenial presence. Also, our gratitude to the proficient media for extending their great support to us. Our heartfelt thanks to our esteemed chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Ravi Pillai, for his profound blessings, constant motivation, and unstinted support, which gives us the courage to reach for what we dream. Further, we are grateful to our most loving Managing Director, ma'am, Mrs. Geeta Pillai, for her valued support and guidance. We wish to thank Dr. Arti Pillai, Vice President